Let's have dessert first. It's a sweet charcuterie kind of day. I don't have a plan, I just have some great ingredients and I want to make it visually appealing and tasty. So let me show you what I have. We have our baked apple, sweet dip, cran apple, cinnamon sweet dip. I have some pomegranate seeds, a couple apples. I made our cinnamon spiced nuts, super easy, 4 cups of raw nuts, some oil in our seasoning, or instead of the oil, you can use egg white, the seasoning in the oven. Amazing. I also have our caramel. It was the first time I ever made this. Easy, amazing. I mean, anything with caramel really. So super fun, I think, to have on a charcuterie board for dipping. And then down here, I have some Brownie Brittle. You can never go wrong with Brownie Brittle. And marshmallows dipped in caramel. I'm all over that. And these chocolate hazelnut pirouettes, I just love those. They're visually appealing because of their shape. So they can add some height to the charcuterie board. And they're just yummy. And then there's also chocolate covered almonds, which I think are always a great idea. I also have stashed here some slivered almonds because between these and the pomegranate seeds, I think that they are great for fillers, and the pomegranate seeds are gonna add some color. So I did a little bit of baking, Epicure style, and I love it because it's super easy. So all of these sweet treats are already done. So I made our shortbread cookies. These are so easy, it's 2 ingredients, a package of shortbread, and a stick of butter, and they're amazing. I absolutely love them. You can put some sea salt, top it with sea salt, and I like that because I like it sweet and little salty. Then I used our gluten-free gingerbread, and I followed one of the recipes on our website, and I made these crinkle cookies. I like them because they are a different color, gives us some variety, and I love the texture that you get from that. So it's visually appealing on your charcuterie board. It's just something different for your eyes to catch. And then I made some pumpkin spice. I pulled that out, and you can make either some muffins. I decided to make some mini bundt cakes. So super fun, nice shape. It's a little cake that someone can pick up and eat. So there I have that. And I decided we're gonna make our board on a Lazy Susan, because how fun would that be for everyone to gather around a table or a bar and enjoy each other's company and have some sweet treats. So that's how we're going to build. But first I want to make some pudding because I'm gonna use our chocolate pudding as a dipper. It is absolutely amazing when you dip shortbread cookies in the chocolate pudding. I mean, amazing. And this is so simple, as is everything with Epicure. You know, we are all about good food real fast. So it is simply 2 cups of milk and a package of the pudding mix. Now, if this was a grown-up party, I would advise you use 1 cup of milk and a cup of either rum chata, Kahlua, or Bailey's, and that would make a delicious chocolate pudding dip with a cake. But today, it's a family party. So we are going to make up the pudding, and this is just great to have on hand. And then if you use our 1 cup bowls, the small bowls with lids, you can make single servings of this for your family, or maybe if you just want just enough of that sweet treat every night, and you want to have maybe if you don't have self-control, I don't really have self-control when it comes to this, but if you want to try, you can portion it out for yourself in those little 1 cup bowls. So simply, again, 2 cups, and I'm whisking it with our mini whisk. And this mini whisk, it seems so silly to say, it is one of my very favorite things. So you might think, hey, it's just a whisk. Hey, it's just small. No, it's truly amazing. It's that perfect size. So I have one over there at my coffee station because it is perfect for whipping up my flavorful coffee in the morning. And then if you just want to make some eggs, I think it's just sometimes whisks, I think, are big and cumbersome, and you don't need all that space. So this is a perfect size, a perfect little whisk to whisk up your chocolate pudding. So now I'm going to put the lid on, and that is going to go in the refrigerator while we are building our charcuterie board. All right, so I want to protect my board. Like I've said before, this is food safe. However, the oils in your foods can actually damage the wood, and I don't want to do that. So I like to use doilies as one alternative. Sometimes I use our liners, our sheet pan liners, and those work great too. But today I want more of a circular approach. So it's kind of fun when these kind of stick out a little bit, or they don't have to at all. But the nice thing is, as things start to disappear, it still looks pretty. And you can also use this as a guide, use these doilies as a guide to where you want your bowls to go. So it's kind of whatever works for you. So just lay them out just to cover. Probably spending too much time worrying about this. All right, there we go. And so what I like to do is lay out my bowls first and then build around. And again, I love using our clear bowls because they can take on any theme that I'm doing. So this is going to be for our pudding. So I'm gonna put it here as a placeholder for the pudding. And then I know that I'm going to use some nuts, those seasoned nuts. Now you can either sprinkle those around or put them in a bowl with a small spoon. Last night, I'm so excited to share that I made the cran apple cheese ball. So let me show you how delicious it looks. So it's simply a cube of cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of the cranberry, and you mix it all together, and I added almonds around it. And then if you notice, the color wasn't there last night, but as it sat in the refrigerator, the color of the cranberry came out. So it's got a little purple speck. So I really love that. But I'm not stopping there because I can add a little more color here with our beautiful seasoning. So let me show you. I could just add this around this plate. Now this is part of our appetizer plate collection. I love it. And how perfect is it for a cheese ball? And there I've just added a little bit of color, a little more flavor, a little more of that cranberry apple. And I'm gonna put that on my tray. So now I have some dimension. I want to show you adding height. So simple wine glass can add some height to your charcuterie board. And I love these for adding height. So they're delicious to dip and they're just visually appealing. So you can put them in the middle or put them on the side, and we can always move some things around as we're playing. And let me get that last, oh, those ones are kind of broken. You can also sprinkle these around. So we'll kind of see if we want to do that. So let's start adding. Now we know, I've got some nuts in there. We know that our pudding is going to go right here. And I also know that I'm going to need my caramel right here. So we've got a lot going on right now, and we need to fill it. So let's start doing that. I'm gonna do, you know what, let me switch this around. You know, it's all about playing and seeing what you think looks nice and balancing. I like odd numbers versus even. Okay, so now I know that I want my shortbread to be easily accessible to my delicious dips over here. And so I'm gonna spread those around, and I'm probably gonna make them kind of circle around both dips, the pudding and the caramel. It's really just all about making kind of shapes and movement, and that's just what makes it fun. All right, now I've got these that I want to place. And I love them. They'll take up a bunch of space, add color, and I'm just gonna butt it right up to those cookies. And, you know, it's just about placement that makes it appealing, but it's really about making something that kind of all just mushes together. So it's not perfect, it's just fun. All right, I'm gonna add my gingerbread cookies, and I'm gonna make those come around in a circle as well around that pudding. And you know, maybe I'll put it in 2 different places. Ooh, this is fun. Fun, fun, fun. So you can see it coming together right here. I think I'll add some, because who doesn't love gingerbread cookies? Let's just add some more. Circle there. All right, now what else do we have? Let's take our marshmallows. We definitely want those by the caramel so that all of our friends can dip and taste. So this is fun, and it takes up, marshmallows are fun because they take up a bunch of space, and they're cheap and easy, and kids love them. So marshmallows are always a hit on a charcuterie board. And you don't have to do anything fancy, just make them take up the space, build around the caramel. Fun, fun, fun. All right, can you see it coming along? And then I want to add some almonds. So let's do that over here. I may do that elsewhere too. All right. Okay, and you could put the almonds in a dish, or you could put them on the platter, just like that. It's kind of whatever works for you, whatever is appealing to you. And then who can go wrong with Brownie Brittle? No one. If you haven't tried Brownie Brittle, you haven't lived. It is absolutely the best. Just thin, crispy brownie deliciousness. So I'm gonna fill in the gaps over here with that Brownie Brittle. All the pieces. And notice that I'm just laying things out. It isn't fancy. There's nothing mathematically correct about it. You know, I'm not measuring angles or anything like that. I'm just laying out some treats, and I'm making sure that those treats run into each other, because that is the visual, that's what's visually appealing about the charcuterie board. Everything just goes together. All right, so you're gonna love this. Let me show you this now. Let me flip this around. You can see how this is coming along. So what do you think about sitting around this table and having some snacks? So let's go back to our a pop of color. If you wanted to add some pomegranate seeds anywhere, just to make it visually appealing. It's really just all about the color, or you can, again, put the bowl right on there and people can dip. These can also be added in additional places. So I'll probably have 2 sticking out of here, but you can also have them sticking out of the side. And so your dessert is kind of going over the edges, which is fun too. So let me throw that around so you can see that we've got some falling over the edges, which I love that. Just again, makes it visually appealing. It's super fun for guests. Oh my gosh, I am loving how this is coming out. And look, it didn't take any time at all. It's all delicious treats, nothing fancy, easy to make food that people are going to love when they come to your gathering. All right, we've got that. Now, actually, maybe we don't need these, because you know, I do love my odd numbers. So there, we've got some odd numbers there. The last thing that we need is to put our pudding back in here. So let me grab that. It's right here. Oh, yep. Yep, it is good. Oh, probably could use a little more time in there. It really needs to chill for 10 minutes. So I am going to put it in here and get the idea, and then I'm gonna chill it again for a few more minutes so that we can get a great picture. But there you go. Let's do a quick spin around so you can see everything. Ooh, make sure everything's out of the way when you decide to do a spin around. My little glass bowls got in the way there. All right, here's my spin around. There's texture, there's flavors, there's color, it's appealing, and who can resist this? Enjoy.